he met Sri Ramakrishna. The meeting of M with the master has changed completely the life of M, who wanted to put an end to his life. Now he has got an eternal life. As long as this gospel of Sri Ramakrishna will be read in this humanity, by this humanity on this earth, M's name will also live. Because he only jotted down all these talks. He said that M would come back after meeting the master, and then he would take up his pen and notebook and jot down the points. And then after months after, he would sit down and sit on his cot, and then he would imagine the scene. And he says the scenes would come to him as if it happened only just in the morning. He could vividly see the sceneries where Sri Ramakrishna is walking, what was the day, everything was so crystal clear to him. And then he would write. That is how we got this gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Vivekananda was immensely pleased with this gospel. Even Holy Mother, when it was written originally in Bengali language, and it was written and shown to Holy Mother, Holy Mother asked somebody to read it out. And when it was read out to her, she was simply charmed. She said, exactly, Master would speak like this only. That means, verbatim, he has written what Master would say in Bengali. And in that Bakura Bengali, not that Hooghly Bengali, that type of Bengali he used to speak, not the Calcuttan Bengali. So the same Bengali he has written. So Mother was very happy. Wow, exactly, he has noted down. So Swamiji says that Plato also wrote about his master Socrates. But in those books, Republic, etc., you will find Plato is always present. You can feel. But in this book, Master is only present. M is hidden. So M, for his, this humility, not bringing up himself in front in this book. So in that way, this book is very wonderful. I have seen some of the devotees in Bengal as well as in some other places. They keep this book for Nitya Parayana. That means a daily reading. I have got in my phone the Bengali version of Kathamrita, and every day I read 2 pages. Before sleep, I read 2 pages. So I keep contact with the Bengali language also. At the same time, to read in the original is something wonderful. Because when I actually learned Bengali, to read the Kathamrita only, not merely to speak to people. But when I learned it and studied Kathamrita in original, I found what a great joy it is. Though the translations are very good. English, Michelangelo's translation is excellent. Even Young had attempted to translate his own writing. Only 1 or 2 chapters only he could write. After that, he stopped translating. After many years, Michelangelo translated this. That book is par excellence. Of course, in English, no other book can come before Michelangelo's translation. And I have read originally in Tamil also, that is original translation. And then also I found this Bengali original is something unique. That's why every devotee is supposed to read at least 1 or 2 pages every day in their home. And I have heard from the devotees that the book is there in the puja room, and suddenly some problem has come into the family and they don't know what to do, whom to turn to. At that time, they take up the book and take a random page and read. And in that page, you find some solution offered there. Somehow that the master's words can be connected to your problem and you can find some solution there. That's why this book is being very much revered, and it is a scripture for us. So our Ishatmananji, who came recently to Dublin, he used to say that this is the Pancham Veda. This is 5th Veda. 4 Vedas we know, Rik, Yajur, Sama, Atharva. But the 5th Veda is the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. It contains everything. I have a fancy to think like this. Sarvo Upanishado Gao, this cow is representing all the Upanishad. And Dogda Gopala Nandana. Krishna is the Gopala, and who is that Dogda, who is the milkman of the cow. Because if the cow is there, it will give milk unless somebody takes the milk out from its udder. So for that you require a Dogda, who can use called milkman. So this milkman is Gopala, and he takes out the Upanishads in the form of milk. What is that milk? That is the Bhagavad Gita. Even that Bhagavad Gita is difficult for many of the modern people to get a grasp of it. Without explanation, it's very difficult to understand. First thing, it is in language which is Sanskrit, and most of us nowadays do not study Sanskrit. So without the knowledge of Sanskrit, when you read the original shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, you are unable to get the exact meaning. So you require the help of translators or the people who can explain to you in English or in your known language. So even that the difficulties are there. But the thoughts that are found in the Bhagavad Gita are all found in the Gospel. Here, the same milk is given to us. The milk is the Vedantic ideas. The Upanishadic ideas are given to us. But this milk is not a milk straight coming from the dairy farm, which is Bhagavad Gita. But this milk of Ramakrishna is pasteurized, pre-digested, readily packed, so it comes to us. So when I read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, I feel there is no need to study any kind of scriptures anymore. People are happy with this. I'm not talking from the shorter mental aspect. I'm talking that this book contains everything. To exemplify that this book contains all the ideas of Vedanta, from ancient Upanishads onwards to Gita to everything, this book contains. So as we proceed one by one, we shall see how the book contains all these Vedantic ideas. That's why the Ramakrishna Gospel has become a very important book for us and for the people. One more thing, in this multiracial, multi-religious society that we are living, I have met many people, either Christians or some other religions. When they come and tell me that I am reading the Gospel now, Swamiji, I am so happy. Even among the Hindus, different sects are there. So all the different sectarian people, when they start reading Gospel, they find it absolutely harmless. This book does not tell you this particular path alone is true. Again and again you will find Sri Ramakrishna testifying that all paths need to be accepted. So the broad-mindedness is coming the moment you start reading Gospel. And there are many spiritual questions that we get in our mind. And suppose you do not know where to go. The best medicine for spiritual problems is sadhu sangha, sat sangha, we call it. Sat sangha, that is the sangha, the attachment or the association with the holy. So that is the best one. But I don't get the holy satsanga. I am living in such a place where there are no Swamis present, where there is no one to turn to. In that case, this book forms the best to holy satsanga. This book is itself a satsang for you. That's why it should be kept in the home and it should be read thoroughly. So here we find that Sri Ramakrishna has been living in the temple of Bhavatarani, that Mother Kali's temple. Now Mother Kali's temple, it was a saga of Rani Rasmani, how she dreamt of Mother Kali and told her, where are you going to Kashi? What are you going to do? Come and build a temple for me in this place, she says. And she gets up from her dream and she finds her boat is there near the Dakshineswar area. She immediately sent her ministers to find out what is this area, and they said this is called Dakshineswar. Then let us purchase some land and she got the land also. And she prepared the temple. The temple became mammoth temple. Even now, when we go to Calcutta, we don't miss visiting the Chinesur Kali temple. It's a beautiful temple where Bhavatarani is a benign form. Kali has got different forms. So in Belur Math, in the Shayangar, that is the sleeping room of Sri Ramakrishna, there is a beautiful picture of Mother Kali, and that is called Smashan Kali. It's so difficult to look at that picture, It is so fierce. When you see that picture and see Mother Kali's eyes, you feel really fear. And I was a brahmachari when I came to training center. Then I was given the duty to clean that room. So every day I used to go and clean the room, and I would stand before the picture and look at Mother Kali. Oh, Mother Kali, what is your rupa here, the form? It is so terrible, terrifying. And terrifying, terror is thy name, Swami says. And it was terrifying. But then there is a Mangalkara Kali, the Mangala Rupi Kali, and that is Bhavatarani. So in Bhavatarani, a murti is made with very carefully, according to the dream that Rani Rasmani had. And the temple was constructed, huge domes and 12 Shivalingas representing the 12 Jyotirlingas in India. All over India you will find Shivalingas are the Jyotirlingas, they are called. So 12 Jyotirlingas is there. The same 12 Jyotirlingas are kept there. And here, the left side, you find the Radhakanta temple, behind Mother's temple. And when you go there, you go into all these temples, make pradakshina, and then come down. And there also, this temple is constructed, but Mother Kali's statue was sculpted and kept in a wooden box. She could not find a proper date when to install this statue. That was a big problem. Because once you install, you must start immediately the puja, archana, etc. All the 5 types of upachara must go on every day. So she is ready to, she has got money, but then she can give. But you require pujaris for that. Not one pujari, 1, 2 to take care of that. So she was perplexed to find pujaris. How to get pujaris? In the meantime, she called all the pandits of Calcutta, and they all came. And she explained that the temple has come. I'm going to install. Give me a date, a nice date according to the almanac, and we shall install. And they said, we are not going to work in your temple. After completing the temple construction, this statue has to be installed now. At that time, the pandits refused. Only reason was that the owner of the temple, she is not from the higher caste. She belongs to a lower caste. She is Rani Rasmani. Her name is Rani Rasmani. But she was not Rani. She was born in a fisherman folk family. And she was one of the poorest of the poor of the fisher folk in the Ganges. Her father and her brothers used to go to Ganges every day and catch fish and sell it. That is how she has been brought up. But even in the childhood, she was seen as exceptionally beautiful. And the Zamindar of Calcutta, once he was passing in his boat by that way and saw this girl, immediately fell in love. He sent word that I want to marry this girl. And the fisher folk felt as if, Lakshmi has come to them. What a wonderful, grand occasion it is. So the whole village was very happy. And they were ready to give this girl to their Jamindar because she is going to become the Jamindarni. So everybody was very happy. And this girl became Rani. But then, you see how strange, though she was born in the poorest of the poor family, her parents never considered her daughter as poor. They called the nickname Rani. And the Rani Rasmani was established. Later she became a real Rani, even though it was only a nickname. And when she became Rani, and then her husband passed away, and leaving a huge estate of land, and with the Dakshineshwar also acquired, and she asked her own son-in-law to be the manager of the entire estate. She was a great lady because she knew what poverty is. So she knew that. So she wanted to help all the poor people. She helped also a lot of poor people. In the meantime, Britishers, you see, the Ganges is a river running continuously towards the ocean, where these people were catching fish. Lot of fish used to be coming there. So they used to catch. That particular portion, about 3 kilometers within that Ganges, when you take fish and come out to sell, when you sell, you have to pay a tax. Now the fishermen were stunned. They said, what is this? We are putting our efforts. We are going to the Ganges and taking fish, and we want to sell for it. That is our livelihood. We do not know any other job. And that livelihood also, they want tax for that. What for the tax should go to government? So they all went and told Rani Rasmani. And Rani Rasmani was of that area. She knew that how people are put into hardship. So she went to the commissioner of Calcutta. He first refused to meet her, but then she insisted that she wanted to meet. And then finally he met her. She said, a particular 3 kilometer area of Ganges, I want to purchase from the government. Can you sell it to me? So he was very amused. He said, why you want to purchase only the 3 kilometers? He said, no, there is some reason is there. So whether you will sell it or not, because you government will have some income and you can sell like this, seeing me, some more people will come to you and you can sell it like that, portions of Ganges to certain people. He said, okay, I'll sell it to you. So the agreement was signed. Then she went to that area. The agreement has been signed. I am the owner of these 3 kilometers. Now there will be no tax at all. Go and collect fish and sell it. Now the tax people, when they came to collect tax, they were all returned. Because this is my property, it's not any more government property. Then the collector woke up. Oh, this is the reason why she purchased. And then collector was moved by the heart, the breadth of the vision of Rani Lakshmani he saw. He was very happy. He said, okay, then this selling is a useless thing, but I will not collect taxes from the fisher folk. Then the collector agreed.